Hello everybody, today we're going to unbox our new dash cam. We have the Lukas LK9750 Duo dash cam. Dun dun dun. Oh, we got purple pink peanuts. Wow, at least they use good tape. Look, it's raining peanuts. And there it is in the box. More in a moment. Alright, we are back now, minus the peanuts, of course. With my package, since I called the guy and talked to him, he was nice and actually included the Lukas CPL filter. People are thinking, why would you want a CPL filter? But actually this filter is a very important part of the camera that most people don't realize when they're ordering a dash camera. This little filter, once you put it on the camera, you can actually turn the lens and it will take the glare off the inside of the windshield so you get a clear view out the windshield on your recordings. Alright, I ordered the Lukas 16 gig model. I've got my own memory card, so I didn't want to spend the extra money for theirs. Besides, Best Buy right now has the 64 gig SanDisk cards on sale, Class 10 cards for 25 bucks, regularly $89.99. So I picked up several of those this week. Inside the box, we have the directions. Ooh, quality assurance. Isn't that pretty? And we'll start with, this is your rear window dash cam. It is a 2-channel, so you get two cameras. This camera you can either mount in the front to spy on your passengers or back window, or if you really want to be unique, you can mount it any side window you like. And the 8 gig memory card. There should also be a micro memory card. It might already be in the camera. And here is the camera. The camera actually mounts in the car like this. It's almost a 4-inch display on the screen. And as I expected, it already has the 8 gig mini microchip in the camera. Set that right there. And underneath the foam, underneath the flap, is all your mounting accessories. They include a adapter to go from your micro to a standard SD card. 2 different types of windshield mounts. They're both unique in their way that they mount and the way the camera sits in there. And then it comes with your little adhesive packs for mounting those to the window, including some little square ones for mounting your mini camera. Now both these cameras do 1080p, and this is your wiring kit to wire it up for the car to get power, and a long cable What it doesn't include, which I didn't notice on the package or when I was buying it, is it didn't include the long USB cable for the second camera, which I'll have to take care of that myself. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen, that is the camera unboxed. Hopefully tomorrow I'll include another little video that will actually show it mounted in the car. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like this video. Thanks. Okay, we are here today to install the new Lukas dash cam. First thing I'm going to do is I've adjusted my mirror up a little higher than I normally would put it, but I can visibly see everything and it gives me a little more view space across the front here. My plan is to mount the camera here, so the first step you got to do is clean the window. So I'm going to pause here a brief moment while I clean the window before I get ready to set the cam in place. Okay, we are now getting ready to actually attach the camera to the window. I've got the clip in place, I've got the adhesive piece that come with a multi-pack of several ones. This is the one I used. It's just a little round oval. Literally peel off the one side, stick it on. Then I peeled off the top already, and we're getting ready to stick it to the window. There we go. As you can see, it is now officially attached to the window. I've loosened this part up so we can adjust it. Just really a simple flathead screwdriver. And just tight. You don't have to super tight these things. It's just to keep it from moving. But I'm going to loosen it back up for now because I still got to run the cables to the top and go from there. And one thing I did pick up that doesn't come in the kit, I'm not big into splicing wires into a vehicle. To me, that's just never a good thing to do. So there's this called Life Fuse, just a little bitty kit here. I hope it focuses in clear on it. And basically what it is, it's a neat little kit. Open it up here, comes with instructions. But my vehicle takes little mini fuses, and what this is let me zoom in here for you. It's a little mini fuse adapter that plugs into your fuse. Not sure, back it up there so it focuses in. Then on this side you actually plug the fuses into here. One will be, the one closest to it will be for the device, the original device. The second fuse will run to this little cable. A little bit. So I'm not a big fan of cutting wires or splicing them, so this is a nice little kit. It's $6.99 and it saves you from having to splice wires or insert them according to the way the directions are. Okay, as you can see, I've got the camera mounted. I've started with the cable. Cable is just easily going to tuck up underneath your the roof cover here. I've already taken the little cover down on the side, and you can see that's where the wires run up for the interior lights, the power to the mirror and stuff. It's just one little screw and one little snap, as you can see here, the little snap. That's where the screw was to put it in. I'm going to run the wire down. The reason I'm running it down on the passenger side is because my fuse box is on the passenger side, which I'll show you in a moment. Alright, and from the passenger side you can see the camera with the mirror. It's going to run down the side here. And I'm going to run it down along the side here, up underneath the glove box. And on the passenger side, this is where my fuse box resides. As you can see, I got the mini fuses. So my little mini fuse adapter will be what I hook in up there, this way. Alright, as you can see, I've ran my wires down to my fuse box. My wire's coming in down here. Now what I've done is the connection that goes to the battery. Verify, it says BATT for battery. This one I've plugged into what is a 20 amp. It's in fuse slot number 6, and it just says 20 amp fuse. Doesn't tell me what it is, so I'm assuming it's more of an accessory. So I picked that one for the ease of use of where it's going to plug in at. Now for the accessory one, which is one that keys on when you turn the ignition on, I've got two open spots, 21 and 20. 20 is for sunroof, 21 is spare. That's up to 20 amp max, and as you can see, there's 21 above, in front of my finger on top that's empty, 20 on the bottom. That 20 on the bottom is where I'm going to put the accessory one. I'll show you in a moment. I'm going to set this up. Not sure how well it's going to work for watching. So we'll hook the one up there, and we're going to hook number 2 up, down one slot there, and I'm going to tuck the wires in so they'll be up out of the way, and I'll put the cover back on. Now, and as you can see right here, this is my little tester I used. You use the pointed end. Oh, let me get it down here a little better. The pointed end is what you actually would stick into the fuse slot to see if it's hot or not. And the little gator clip end of it, you clip that to metal part or something that's definitely grounded in the car, and the little red light comes on if there's power to it. Be back in a moment. Alright, we've got everything hooked up. Power cables run, all the equipment's back in place except for the fuse panel cover here, because I want to make sure that things are working before we put the covers back in. I'll plug the power in. Unfortunately, my kit was minus the cable for the rear camera, so we'll install the rear camera as soon as I get that cable. I called the people I ordered it from. There'll be a link in the video. I called them up, told them, hey, open the kit, and I'm missing the cable to hook up the rear camera, and sent him an email with my address and stuff, and he says he'll get it out on Friday, which was yesterday, and I should get it Tuesday or Wednesday next week, depending on the U.S. Postal Service. But here we go. I'm gonna change camera and hands. I'm gonna flip it over to accessory, and since the car is running, it should turn on. Oh, let me remove this protective cover. There we go. Might be a little bit of a glare. Let me try that angle there.
Welcome. This is Lukas Blackbox. Drive safely.
And there we go. All I need to do is adjust the angle of my camera, and we'll go from there. And as you can see, the angle outside the front of the car is pretty much the angle of that. Alright, so it looks like it's working, and with it being on accessory, I turned the key off. There you go. Alright, I actually ran the cable for the back camera up along the side here. Instead of coming down like I did with the power wires, I actually just ran it along the edge here and tucked it in. Unfortunately, I popped that little clip out the wrong way and broke the little tab, so I'll have to get a replacement. And just ran it along the back there to the edge of the back window. Alright, round 2. For the back camera cable, of course, like I told you, I ran it up along the edge here. Now on the HHR, it got a little trickier because you have this nice little hose here. The camera is actually back up here in the window. Ran the cable down, made a little modification there. Runs down through the back here, which I had to fish through with a piece of heavier wire because that USB cable didn't go. Runs down through there, pops into here, and runs along there. That was the trickiest part of putting the back camera on for a hatchback or any type of vehicle like this. You know, you could just run the camera here, but I didn't want to take the risk of damaging the cable. So that's how I ran the cable for the back camera. And as you can see, you really can't see through the tinted windows the back camera. Of course, that didn't do a whole lot to make it look better, but you really can't see it from behind. Okay, here we have the Lukas software. I've already opened it up by clicking open, pointed it to the folder where I have my files selected. You can actually click on play It's got single speed, you got 2x speed, so when you click play it goes twice as fast. So, you know, some basic options. You got the option to print, capture settings, and settings. When you get into these settings, it's more of settings for the camera. You know, I don't actually use this part, but you can actually use this part to configure the memory card, format the memory card, dump this information to it, so you don't have to configure, you know, the camera. At the camera, you can configure it, save it to the memory card, format your SD card, initialize it, save it, boom, plug it in, and your camera's got all the settings you want. It's just pretty basic settings: the video front, rear, brightness. I've changed these settings on my car because of my dark tinted rear window. You got your basic settings here. Cutoff voltage, definitely a good thing to use. I've got mine set pretty low. Few different parking settings, the GPS, weekly alarm, some additional settings. You got your motion detection settings, your audio, and yeah, since my SD card's not in there, it's having a problem reading it. That's the basically settings for the device. I've pre-selected a video I was looking at. You can always whip it around, like I'm looking at this video right here. That's my front facing camera. Now if I decide I want to look at the rear in the main camera, you just double click on this. Oh, and it plays the same video. I thought it would flip it. I guess not. Neat things are, that's just, you know, going from the record. Alright, we are back. As you can see, I've selected a different... Oh, crap, start over again. Alright, as you can see, we're back. Software is reloaded. I selected a different video to view. Wanted to give a different option of what goes on. Same thing. Different video. You get your front-facing camera up top, your back-facing camera on the back. You can go full screen with it. I decided not to go full screen. A little easier to video a smaller screen than a larger screen. You can go ahead and bump it up 2x while it's playing. So the neat features, what I really do like is the fact that you can look at this information, jump ahead in the video, play, jump a little further ahead, and of course always love red lights. But the software is pretty basic, pretty simple. Recording just a short clip, just to see how it is. I would have the mic audio on there, but the HHR has a lot of interior noise that just makes it mic quality not as good. This is actually Highway 146 going from Seabrook to Kemah, Texas. Now in a moment here we're going to flip to the same video clip but from the back camera. Now my back camera goes through a dark tinted, well it's actually the factory tinting on the HHR's back window, and it is still a pretty good quality video that you get through the dark tinted glass. one thing I didn't think to mention, when you are watching the forward-facing camera, it does record your speed and a few other things on the display itself, which makes it nice. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe. Thank you.